Tonight 11 News has uncovered troubling claims about a local police department.
They include racist photos, secret tape recordings, as the I-Team found out, even allegations of a cover-up.
Investigative reporter Jeremy Rogalski joins us with what he's uncovered.
Yeah, Lisa, Greg, context is important here because those racially insensitive photos popped up at a police force that serves an 88% minority community. We're talking about the Galena Park Police Department in East Harris County, where we also discovered other allegations of discrimination pointed at the city's former top cop.
The photo is offensive and racist. A white man squirting an African-American boy with a hose and the caption, "Go be an N-word somewhere else." Or how about photoshopping a co-worker in a sombrero on a donkey, apparently ridiculing Mexicans? All of these images, critics claim, were circulated among a police force troubled by all sorts of discrimination.
But it's only a matter of time because some are walking dead men.
That's Robert Pruitt, former Galena Park police chief, on tapes secretly recorded by some of his own staff. In this case, criticizing an older cop who recently had heart surgery.
The city insurance has probably spent $500,000 to $750,000 on his ass.
So meet that officer.
By far, it's age discrimination.
Rick Bates, a 55-year-old, 17-year veteran of the department.
It's way over the top, especially when he's got a betting pool going on of whether I'm going to die or not.
You heard right.
I knew that he was on borrowed time. We've been taking bets for the last couple of years. You know, how long it'll be.
This is your supervisor. This is the chief of police.
It has no business in the workplace at all.
So Bates fired off a job discrimination complaint while on medical leave. But later, after returning to work, Chief Pruitt fired him, citing a variety of reasons, including threatening a suspect with deadly force and a history of making derogatory comments.
It just doesn't belong. It's wrong.
But Officer Rodney Chersky, who heard Chief Pruitt's remarks, believes the firing was really about canning a cop who got too old. And he claims the chief approached him to help with a cover-up.
He expected me to lie to protect him in order to keep my job.
The officer's reaction?
I was shocked. I'm not going to lie for you or for anybody else.
Turns out Chersky, too, had it all on tape. And when the chief found out that he did,
3 days later, I was terminated.
One of the official reasons was ironic, violating department rules on professional conduct. Which brings us back to those photos.
If you have those images and you foster that kind of environment,
he's attorney David Tang.
Then how are they looking at the citizens of Galena Park? Is it through that same racist prism?
Tang represents both of the fired officers and found other red flags, like Chief Pruitt questioning the sexual orientation of a job candidate.
I joked with him and said, "You're not queer, are you?" Just to throw him off.
So with all of that, was the police chief demoted, given days off, disciplined at all? No.
In fact, just the opposite. Galena Park City Commission promoted Robert Pruitt to city administrator, a job that carries a $6,000 raise.
They promote this guy?
Rodney Chersky couldn't believe it.
It baffles me.
But ask Galena Park's mayor.
You're comfortable with that?
Yes, I'm very comfortable with it. Very comfortable.
But other city leaders admitted they didn't even consider the allegations before voting to promote the chief. We asked why not.
That's a fair question. Yes, it is.
Can you answer it?
Not really.
As for Robert Pruitt himself,
what kind of behavior is that from a chief of police?
It's all under litigation, and we can't talk about it.
He's probably...
So who can?
He's been the chief.
Pruitt's personal attorney, Paul Lavelle.
The choice of words is unfortunate, and the choice of words is inappropriate.
The words Pruitt used in those recordings about Rick Bates. But Lavelle says Bates and others also made insensitive remarks. As for the photos, Pruitt never saw them on the job, says Lavelle, but says the former chief also finds them offensive.
He is one of the most honest and honorable people I've ever met in my life. He's very plain spoken, he's a little rough around the edges, but he's always focused on doing the right thing.
Now, Attorney Lavelle says his client denies he fired officers Bates and Chersky because of age or retaliation. He also explained that when then Chief Pruitt asked an officer if he was, quote, queer, he was just testing to see if the officer could keep his cool. Lavelle says Pruitt did not mean to offend anybody, and even if the officers answered yes, it would have had no effect on that officer's employment. Lisa and Greg.
And back to that photo with the N-word caption on it. Do we know anything more about that tonight?
Yeah, the allegation is a police dispatcher texted it to others on the force. But again, Robert Pruitt claims he never saw it while as chief. But he says now as city administrator, he wants to get a copy so he can look into it. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, see what he finds. Another I-Team story getting action.
Last night, we exposed allegations of racism and discrimination at the Galena Park Police Department. Well, today, one person at Galena Park PD lost their job.
Investigative reporter Jeremy Rogalski is here now to bring us up to the minute.
Well, Greg Glenn, Galena Park let go of a dispatcher this morning, just hours after we exposed how she distributed this photo, which by all accounts has no place in the workplace.
It shows a white man with a garden hose spraying an African-American boy in the back of the head. The caption reads, "Go be a N-word somewhere else."
What?
For residents like Carrie Morris, it's not only offensive,
it's way past that. Come on. This is ridiculous.
But it's a photo the Galena Park Police Command staff claims it had never seen before. But after the I-Team broadcast it last night, the police chief fired a dispatcher for texting it to others on the force. Spokesman Paul Laval.
It has no business in police work. This is about public trust. It's about public integrity. It's about serving the community.
This community is nearly 90% minority, 80% Hispanic. And these are some other photos circulating at the police department. An officer photoshopped in sombreros, sometimes riding a donkey. Racially insensitive?
We're just horsing around.
No, it was just a joke, says the cop who made them.
You don't see anything wrong with this whatsoever?
No.
Officer Juan Torres received verbal counseling for the incident. And as for his co-worker in the photos,
I thought they were funny.
And Marcus Rivers claims no one else was offended.
Everyone wanted a copy, and they found it hilarious.
Hilarious.
Extremely hilarious.
But we didn't hear anyone laughing about this.
But it's only a matter of time because some are walking dead men.
Secretly recorded tapes of former police chief Robert Pruitt criticizing an older cop who just had heart surgery.
By far, it's age discrimination.
Rick Bates has filed a job discrimination lawsuit, taking Galena Park to federal court.
And by the way, Chief Pruitt was not punished after making his comments, but rather promoted to city administrator for Galena Park. That's a job that carries a $6,000 pay raise. I'm Jeremy Rogalski, KHOU 11 News.